Hi, fellas.
Hi.
Are you in good trim, huh? I'll introduce my two companions to you in just a moment here. They're from Nova Scotia, and they're here to help out a very interesting request from Vallejo, California, Frank Yucca. He says, "Dear Aunt Baker, I'm an invalid confined in a wheelchair right now, but I used to be a lumberjack, and I'd appreciate seeing something I haven't seen for 35 years, and that is a good log rolling contest. Sincerely, Frank Yucca." I'll bet you that'd be fun there if you're a lumberjack before, and I bet it'll be fun to all of us. So, in order to help us with this, we have some really experts for you here. I'd like to present to you Hector McQuarrie and Gerald Butler. Hey, look in the trim there. Now, just briefly, I want to explain that the winner of this contest that Mr. Yucca has asked for tonight will challenge the California champion log roller 1 week from today at the Los Angeles Sportsman's Show out in Pan Pacific Auditorium. Is that right?
Right.
So that'll be interesting from that standpoint. But, brother, we want to concentrate right on you. But there's a lot of us that don't know anything about log rolling, including myself. First of all, its origin. What started rolling logs?
Well, Art, log rolling started back in the backwoods, where the men who drove the logs down the river to be sawn in the spring. They had to work hard, and they had very little entertainment. So what they did, they'd get two out on the log, and they'd try to put the other fella off and get them wet.
And just for fun?
And that's just for fun, all in fun, that's all it was. And so it went on and on. One fella'd say, "I'm the champion." The other guy would say he was the champion. So they said, "Well, we'll decide all that." So long towards the last of August, we had a yearly tournament. And we'd have over 100 men there at this here tournament.
Oh.
And they'd roll the whole week. The man who stayed dry during the week was the champion, and the rest of the boys were all wet.
I see. The dry one needed to be the champ, then.
That's right.
Now, what would it take to make a good log roller? The technique?
Jerry, would you like to tell Art all about the technique of log rolling?
Why, yes, Art. In log rolling, it takes good balance.
Balance, I'll bet you.
And lots and lots of practice.
Practice, good.
And another thing, Art, you never look your opponent in the eye.
You don't?
You always watch his feet when you're rolling.
You keep looking at his feet?
Yes.
Why's that?
Well, so in case that he would put the stop on the log, and which would make the log turn the other direction.
Oh, and you weren't watching him. You'd be dumped in that way.
Dumped into
All right, there's a brief little thing for those landlubbers of us that don't know anything about it, but I'm anxious to see the action. You know the rules, of course, of this better than I do, but I want to find out, do you want to go for best out of 3, or do you want one winner take all?
Well, one's okay by me. How about you, Jerry?
It's okay with me.
This is the one time, then, and the winner is the champion here. All right, are you ready? Go ahead and roll them. Now, this is just the warming up, the preliminary. They're kind of sizing each other up, getting a balance there with the poles. They get out the middle of the stream. All right. Now they've sized each other up. They're looking over. This would be, they're going the opposite way. All right, they're speeding it up. Poles away. Now, every man for himself on the lookout. There's a change of speed. Hold there. Hector is gone. Wow. Look, he's still going, the champion. That's what makes a champion there. Hector, thank you very much. Get on some warm clothes here. I want to see this one thing if we have time, and that is, I want to see how fast you can bring it back here. Fast as you can roll, will you? This is without pole. There is a champion, believe me. Bring it over. Coming over. Hold it. Look out. Look out. Look out. He's going to make it. He slows down. That is really something. Balance, I can see, believe me, and patience and a good deal of training. Did you start when you were itty-bitty boy?
That's right, Art.
You must have had, and believe me. So I'm anxious to see what happens up here. It's a week from today at our Los Angeles Sportsman's Show at Pan Pacific Auditorium. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Yucca, because you asked for it. I see now the time is up and no more time for requests. And so, on behalf of our sponsors, Skippy Peanut Butter, the largest selling peanut butter in the world, I'll say to you now that I'd like to see you next week. Write us a letter, Box 323, Hollywood 28. So long till then.